The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Thanks, JP. Hey, everybody. What's going on? This is Diane, and then I have Juliana and Rancy here.
Hello.
What's going on? You know what we're doing tonight? I'm so excited because tonight and tomorrow are two of my favorite things to do. And I just want to say welcome to everybody. We are doing discussion over in the Facebook group. You'll see I pinned a place to put webinar discussion. Tonight we're going to do a copy party, and tomorrow we're going to do a graphics party. And they are my favorite things to do because when we sit by ourselves and try to write, sometimes it's hard. Do you girls ever have a hard time coming up with something cool to write? Something fun to write?
Yep, even starting the first word can be
Right?
hard.
Right. So
my ideas all night and then I forget them,
Yeah. So when we crowdsource and we all get together and we start writing together, a couple things happen. One, we just kind of like do green light thinking and we just start writing and we don't worry about it. We just have fun. And then two, what happens is we start to notice we'll write 100 headlines and a couple of them will jump out at everybody. And we'll start to see what really makes people tick. So it's fun. Unfortunately, my computer is doing that lockup thing that it does. So I can't seem to scroll up and down, which is highly annoying to me. I may have to look at your comments on my phone. But I do want to be able to scroll. So let's see if we can get that computer. I'm sorry to be doing my task manager in front of all you guys. Okay, let's close this browser. Chrome is the one that's making it cranky, so I'm going to close Chrome and I'm going to restart it. If any of you guys are wondering what I'm doing, I'm just checking to see what's using up all the energy on my computer. Let us move you guys. We'll close this. Close this. Still making noise like it's running too hard. Do you guys see what everybody's saying? Is everybody saying hello and all that good stuff?
Everybody's saying hi, hello, hey, howdy.
Fabulous.
Good evening, even.
Fabulous. All right, I'm going to get this thing going. Give me 1 second. I got a lot of howdies, hellos. Okay, what's up? Good. All right. Hopefully you guys are all somewhere where you can type because it would be beneficial tonight. And just so everybody knows, tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern, it is in the pinned post there, 1 p.m. Eastern, we're going to have a graphics party, which is great for our European friends. Hopefully they're all sleeping now, but I think a couple of diehards might have rolled in here. And that also will be recorded. So let's try reopening Chrome here. See if my computer likes it. So this is what we're going to do. So fun, so simple. We're going to pick something to promote. And then what we're going to do is we're going to write a bunch of headlines, okay? And headlines or lines to use in Facebook posts, lines to use on our Facebook walls, lines that can, wrong group, lines that can be used on Twitter, et cetera, et cetera. And here's what's important to understand. You have to, okay, Juliana, we can talk about this with you because you're going to be a prime example, okay?
All right.
Everybody look at Juliana right now, and I'm not able to see her at the moment. Where are you? Why can't I see you? Why can't I see the webcams? People can see me. Webcams.
We see you.
We see you. Yeah.
Okay. So here's the deal, guys. For all of the ladies, when you're doing your makeup, you pick one feature to emphasize, right? You don't want to have huge eyes, huge cheeks, huge lips, because if you have all of them going on, then what happens is you start to look kooky. Now, we look at Juliana right now. She's got a subtle eye, a subtle cheek, but she's got lips, right? Because she has a whole story about her red lipstick. She looks beautiful. Now, Rancy and I decided not to wear lipstick tonight. That's a story for another day. I've been Labor Daying it up. So So when you look at Juliana, she has a classic face because she's chosen one area to emphasize. Now, we're not doing makeup tutorials tonight. What we are doing is a marketing tutorial, and it's the same thing. If we're going to do a piece of copy and we're going to do a graphic like we've been doing, right? And this week we learned how to write our own copy, where we're starting to learn it, and we've learned how to make our own images. We want to make sure that we balance them, because what we don't want to have is a book of copy written on the post and then a ton of copy on the image. Okay. What we want to have is something that's intriguing, that's interesting, and causes somebody to want to click. Okay. That's your job on the post. It's not to sell. It's not to convince. It's not to tell stories. It's not to do all this stuff. The job of our copy and our image is to get someone to go, ooh, what is this? And want to click. That's it. So most of what I'm seeing, which by the way, you're all doing tremendously. We're just off to a great start. I know that you guys are seeing me kind of telling people to scale back a little bit because that's normal. We tend to overdo it. Just like a young girl when she first gets makeup. You ever see, there's pictures of me when I was a little girl and I got my hands on some makeup. And I was glamorous. I makeup everywhere because we get excited and we have new toys. And this week we have new toys, right? This is cool. I've restricted you. And now all of a sudden I went, go write what you want to say and go make a picture of what you want to, show. And all of a sudden it's like, whoa, I got all these new tools. I got new crayons. I want to use all 64 of them at once. So we're off to a great start. But tonight we're going to hone it down a little bit. And we're going to have some fun with it, because the whole idea of a workshop like this is to write. It's like stream of consciousness. You're going to write, I'm going to throw out a topic or a product. We're going to make up products tonight, in fact. We're going to make up campaigns because we're getting a little tired of the system campaigns, I think. Are you guys getting a little tired of the system campaigns?
Tad.
Yeah, we're getting a little tired of them, right? They're great. They're wonderful. All the MLSP campaigns are there for us to learn from and to use and to be our zero level of marketing, right? So if there's a day where you're laying in bed and you can't do anything but post a couple of system campaigns, grab a couple leads, zero level, get it done. But now we're moving into adding our own personality to everything. So one of the things, and Rancy, you said this the other day, I thought it was great. And I've always subscribed to it. You said that when you were learning the graphics programs, you found that when you stopped trying to make a graphic for a campaign and just practiced on making the graphics, it was a lot easier.
Yes. Yes.
Right. So it's the same thing when you're meeting people. When you're meeting people, you try to learn how to meet them for the sake of meeting them. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to make up products that don't exist and campaigns that don't exist. And we're going to have fun because we want to learn to write interesting headlines and attractive posts. And the best way to do that is to not worry about what we have to sell. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yes.
So I'm going to go look at and see. What I want you guys to do is in the Facebook group, in the discussion thread, what I want you guys to do is I want you to toss out an event, right? We're going to make up an event. And we know I'm doing the webinar Wednesday night, right? And I'm going to be helping you guys with promotion for that. But let's make up something completely different that's not real. And we're going to do some headlines for an event. What kind of event could we be promoting? Like it could be like the webinar about how to grow an 11th toe. Like, okay. I mean, it could be, I'm just going to like alligator wrestling. There we go. Alligator wrestling right there. We are going to promote, Brian, thank you. We are going to promote the pay-per-view live stream of alligator wrestling. Okay. Which I think is great. And by the way, we can come back and do some more of these, but I liked alligator wrestling came out at me because I'm always seeing, Mark Herbert's always putting pictures of his alligator in his backyard. So now we're going to start, and in the comment thread, I want you guys to write a piece of copy that's nice and short, a line or two, that would make someone want to come to Wednesday night's webinar which is a pay-per-view live stream of alligator wrestling. So let's stop throwing out the ideas and let's just start. And then you guys are going to write some. We're going to have some fun with it. And then I'm going to write some. And you're going to see the how I approach. We're going to teach you through it. So you guys go ahead and just do something like live Wednesday night from the depths of the bayou. Whatever you guys want to write. Write something fun, crazy. Do either of you guys want to participate? Write something.
I'm writing something.
You're writing something. I'm going to wait for a second. Alligator wrestling, and you guys can freestyle it. You can, all of you guys, you can put something about, you can change it up. It could be in Louisiana. It could be in Florida. It could be the Canadian Alligator Wrestling Festival. It doesn't matter how ridiculous it is. What I want you guys to do is write me a piece of copy that would make me go, ooh, I want to click this link. Let's see. It's taking a second, but that's okay. Now, when we're doing this, what we really want to be keeping in mind is the people who would be the best people to attend an wrestling event. Okay, live alligator wrestling tonight. Get your gator boots on. Excellent. Let's see. What else do we got? WrestleMania alligator style. Excellent. One night only. The main event. World Championship Alligator Wrestling Bonanza. Hot, hot, hot. First and only time in Alaska. If they lose, they get cooked and eaten. Good. Guys, give me a full piece of copy. So it's which gators go into the grill. Write the whole piece of copy, Terry. I like that concept, though. Lions, tigers, and bear alligators live tonight. Bring your marshmallows to attract the alligators on Wednesday evening. Alligator wrestling at its best. Come join us. Live this Wednesday, wrestling alligators. Man versus beast. The fight of the year happens in the banks of the Louisiana Bayou. Crazy, crazy, crazy. These guys are nuts. Check out the Wednesday webinar night, live alligators. See it live Wednesday night, the depths of the Louisiana swamp, alligator wrestling. Don't miss the annual Swamp Romp. Oh, that was good. Brian's cheating. He already had some alligator info. Diane Hockman doing alligator stomp. I hear the accordions now. Brian, do you live down there? I got to look and see. Where's Brian live? And by the way, this is normally what I would do. When somebody in any thread says anything interesting, I'm going right to their profile. I'm going right to, first of all, I'm not friends with Brian. Let me confirm. It's about time, right? Oh, another paramedic. This is good. Another superhero. Brian, just so you know, if you go back and watch the very first video I did before the course started, or the first or the second, you absolutely may want to edit up your profile and add where you are. It would give me something more to connect with you on. So I kind of don't know. I mean, I probably could figure out where Ashworth College is, but I can't connect with you on geography, and it's one of the biggest connectors going on. So I can't tell whether you are down that way or not. I figured I'd take a look. But you guys notice whenever I'm talking to someone or just start a small communication, I instantly go over their profile. Unfortunately, this time I can't figure out where he is. Alligator races, you've got to see this. Starting heats at 7 p.m. Man versus Darth Gator. That was very cute, Tina. Right? See how some of them are jumping out? WrestleMania can't compare to tonight's alligator wrestling, a must-see. Get your tickets here. Come on and experience the great Diane Hockman. Body slamming the biggest alligator in the world. I didn't know that I was part of the alligator wrestling, but I guess I am now. Live alligator wrestling from the depths of South America. Most exciting wrestling event ever, man versus alligator. Coming to you from down under dawn. Live Wednesday night, alligator wrestling. Who's going home with the purse? I'm sorry. Pun intended, Renzi?
Yeah.
Swampfest alligator wrestling featuring Snagtooth One-Toe John. I like that, Whitman. East Tennessee. Okay. So now you guys know. Everybody should have where they're from on their profile, or at least their hometown, even if it's not the town you live in. Give people something to connect with you on. See you later, alligator. Good. See? Rancy and Juliana, no wonder why I had you tonight. See you later, alligator is so in our consciousness. So using it would make sense. Alligator wrestling, who will be eaten alive? Or who will, yep. Live from the Rocky River of Gator Country, the best gator tater is going in the water this Wednesday. Okay, must watch live alligator wrestling, one day only. Yes, ma'am. Everybody, by the way, scroll through these and tell me which one's your favorite. Big bullfights, Little Man Tonight. Come see these two massive alligators duke it out. I kind of like that one, Emily. Alligator wrestling on the golf course Wednesday. Bring your gloves. East Tennessee. Oh, Brian's telling me East Tennessee. Live this Wednesday night. Get your wrestle on with alligator wrestling. Don't be chicken, their favorite food. Yeah, gator wrestling Wednesday night. Loser becomes gator bites after the webinar. Watch alligator wrestling in swimsuit Wednesday at 9. Crazy marketing, tearing your hair out. Don't take your head off like these guys. Tonight's alligator wrestling at 7. Sold out event. Watch 2 alligators duke it out on the swamp. One-time webinar. Learn how these kids can subdue live adult alligators and cook and eat them. Live from Florida Everglades. See how a 65-year-old grandmother caught and grilled an alligator for dinner. I would check that out right there. I would check that out. You know what made this interesting? I'm going to go through a bunch of these in a minute and show you. And if you girls like, if any of them you like, shout out, I like that one. This one was interesting. Florida Everglades, we expect alligators there. It's a 65-year-old grandmother. That's what made it interesting. Because if I say alligator wrestling, how many of you guys think a 65-year-old grandmother? We don't. But it made it actually obligated me to need to see what's up with this because it was so unusual. Wednesday night, creature from the swamp throws down. See this awkward alligator Armageddon. Ooh, a lot of alliteration from Bruce. All right, Bruce, we'll take that. Who's going to win? Tune in Tuesday for the alligator wrestling match live from the bayou Tuesday night. Wet and Wild Gator style. I actually like that one, Allison. Live this Wednesday, alligator wrestling in a Cajun cage match. Also good alliteration. Cajun cage match is good. Crocodile, your remote, your local PPV channel. Very good. Once in a lifetime wrestling, man versus alligator. And I'm going to stop reading these in a second because there's so many of them. Let's talk about what made certain ones jump out. Let's go to you girls first. Is there anything that made certain ones jump out versus others?
I really like the one about the alligator purse because it's that little, in came the doctor, in came the nurse, in came the lady with the alligator purse, that little nursery rhyme that, I know that sticks in my mind.
So let's stop there for a minute. This is something that is embedded in a lot of people's heads, that little childhood rhyme, okay? Whenever you use something in your headlines that a lot of people know, actually, so now that we used alligator purse, I might actually use the childhood rhyme even more so and make the headline rotate around a rhyme, a song, a lyric, anything pop culture. And guys, I want you to write some of these down. This is actually a teaching night. Even though it's experimental and we're working together, it's going to pull things out of me. So the first thing is when you write a headline or a promo for Facebook or for anywhere else, anytime you can include something that we are used to, like we're talking about alligators, but like the Elton John song Crocodile Rock comes to mind. Crocodile purse and that cute nursery rhyme. I don't know if you guys all know it. There was a bunch of things that were kind of had stuff like that in it. So anytime you can use pop culture, song lyrics, rhymes and things that lots of people are familiar with, it's kind of in their subconscious mind. Like, if I started singing Bye Bye Miss American Pie right now, I dare say, except for some of you that may be in countries where you don't have that song around a lot, there's nobody that could resist singing it. There's nobody that could resist singing American Pie or Sweet Caroline, or there's certain songs that are embedded in the consciousness of people across generations. Okay? Anytime we can work something like that into a headline, or into a little post like this, it makes it more compelling because this is something that's embedded in our subconscious mind. Okay. So you bringing that up, awesome. Did you see anything that you liked in particular, Rancy?
I was kind of just paying attention to what the different titles did for me. I got different pictures in my head,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just paying attention to what was happening as they were kind of scrolling by. So I think what it activates, like you were saying, whether it's a lyric or a rhyme or something, that it just, like, the pictures were cool.
Yeah.
But I can't identify one right now, though.
I think what you just said is really important. Guys, everybody jot this down in your notes. People think in pictures, not in words. People think in pictures, not in words. So the posts that gave more of a visual, the posts that caused a compelling picture in somebody's head are the ones that amused us. And you'll see, we have probably, I didn't count how many, we have at least 50 posts here. And I'd say out of 50, 5 of them jumped off the screen. Okay. Man versus Darth Vader. That wasn't fully developed, but everybody knows who Darth Vader is. So Man versus Darth Vader, alligator wrestling gone wild, live Wednesday night. Click here. That would work because Darth Vader jars something that's in our brain. Okay. By the way, guys, how do we get good at this? Practice. How do we get good at this? Testing. Because if you start writing a lot of copy, you'll start to notice that some of them get more attention. And by the way, this same lesson is going to apply to your email headlines, your email subject lines as we get going. Most of the time, the best email subject lines have nothing to do with anything. They're just something to get you to open. To get you to open. Our only job of our posts, our promotional posts, is to get someone curious and to wonder what's up and to click. It's not to tell big, long stories. There is a place for long story ads, and we may get to that in the scope of this course. I don't know that we will, but there is a place for that. But generally speaking, our job, let me back up, and everybody wants to write this down too. For every marketing activity that you do, you want to ask yourself, what is the function of what I'm creating right now? What is the function? What do I want to have happen? So when we're doing a post on Facebook that's promotional, the only thing that we want to have happen is to have the person click. And then the other outcome of our activity is to show up in notifications so people see us a lot. Those are the 2 jobs that we have with our promotional activities. Be visible every single day so that people are always seeing us, and to write something that people might click on. Because you're more likely to have somebody see a notification over here that you posted and then go over and read the ads. Like, I don't really know Patricia too much, but let's say I really knew, let's say this was Rancy. I know Rancy quite well. If I saw Rancy was posting in groups right now, I'd probably go look and see what Rancy's posting. So the person who's likely to click on your post and opt in is not the person who's in the groups just posting their own stuff. It's the person who sees you in notifications and that is familiar with you and they want to know what you're up to. That makes sense to you guys?
Yeah,
it does. Yeah.
Okay. And I'm going to ask you to keep watching. If you guys have questions, etc., while I'm talking, you guys just keep watching what they're saying for me, if you would, and extract anything relevant. So, 1, we want to make sure our copy is to the point, short, sweet, engaging, often amusing. You might think, well, I'm not amusing. You can get amusing if you practice. That causes a question mark in their head This one that Joanne wrote is excellent because it causes a question mark in the head. 65-year-old grandmother caught and grilled an alligator for dinner. I got to see that. Okay. Because it's just so unusual. Just so unusual. In a world where everybody's talking about alligator wrestling, she caused a question mark in my head. In a world where everybody's talking about how to generate leads, who causes a question mark in your head? When you get a question mark in your head, it's like an itch. You must scratch it. You must resolve the question mark. You have no choice. You guys know what I mean? It's like, I gotta know. It's the same reason why they use the headlines they did on newspapers, which aren't very big anymore, but newspapers, the headline on the top of the front page is what sells the paper. News at 11. It's, car crash on Route 82, news at 11. Car crash on Route 82, possible fatalities. That's a bigger hook. So our job is to write hooks. Think fishing. Think fishing. All right. Let's see where we are. I liked alligator wrestling. I think that was good. It was making people donate their Crocs. So. Okay. Does anybody have a question on those couple of things that came out? One, pop culture, lyrics, anything that we can tie something to. Two, creating a question mark in the person's head. And three, we said that our big goal with this activity is, if we're posting in Facebook groups, our big goal is to create something that makes somebody curious that they'd want to click, and then also to be seen in notifications over and over and over again. We're not up to really extensive emails yet, but eventually you're going to do copy for your email subject lines, and those are going to be trying to get the person to open. Okay? Open. Blonde versus brunette, come see Chelsea, our albino alligator, take on Beth, the intern. I'm sorry, that's really funny. Jeremy, you're good. So do you see the difference? And I'm not criticizing anybody. I think we all agreed the other day, this is a very safe environment. But a lot of them are pretty basic, simple, right? It's just like alligator wrestling at 11, alligator wrestling Wednesday night. And then some of them are catchy, and they're catchy for different reasons. Some of them, it's because of the use of words, alliteration. Some of them, it's because of the use of something having to do with pop culture. Some of them, it's because there was something unusual. Because, see, now they're all singing American Pie, see? Bye, bye, Miss American Pie. So these are the things that make you stick in people's heads, not how great your opportunity is and that it's a ground floor opportunity. Does this make sense to anybody? Okay, so I'm seeing a couple people saying yes, and they're getting carried away. They can't stop with their gator posts. They can't stop. Let's come up with another thing. What else should we do some practice on? Another one. Come up with something bizarre. If either one of you have something, spit it out. Otherwise, let me think about something.
Sasquatch.
Sasquatch? It's not moving me. I want to do a cell phone recycling drive, which isn't very exciting. But how would you get someone to come on Saturday, right? Because sometimes we're promoting events, sometimes we're promoting, pieces, content. How would you get somebody to come to a cell phone, or not come, but read about a cell phone recycling drive? How would you do it? Give them a minute. I have a couple ideas myself. By the way, if I were talking about alligator wrestling, I would totally be getting into the language of people that dig alligator wrestling. Because the average person, they're not an alligator wrestling fan. I want to target the people. I might do a little research and find out the words to describe alligators. I might do a little research and talk about a specific area where the alligators were pulled from. I want to get to a point where the right exact people read it and show up. So, Sabrina, well, she's not on the webinar for me to tell her. Somebody tell Sabrina where the link is in the MLSP back office. Okay, sell your cell. Let's see. Weekend cell phone swap meet. That doesn't sound very exciting. No offense, Tim. Can you hear me now? No. See, that's what Allison just did. See how good that was? Can you hear me now? No. Then get yourself a new phone at the used cell phone drive this Wednesday night. Okay. She used a line from a commercial that everybody knows. Okay. So Melissa says, get rid of your broken cell phone collection this Saturday, which is fine. It is what it is, but it's not compelling. So we're looking for compelling. Get rid of your broken cell phone collection. No use for that old cell phone. Give that cell phone a second life at our recycling clinic. ET phone home swap meet. That's cute. Everybody knows ET phone home, right? Everybody knows ET phone home. So that's very good. Good job, Tim. Speed dating cell phone swap out. I'm not connecting speed dating with cell phones, but I might say, what's a dating app on a cell phone, Juliana?
Me?
Yeah,
Gosh.
you wrote it.
Oh, that
Tinder.
Tinder, right? Tinder?
The swipe left or
Yeah. Are you trying to swipe right on your swipe right, but your phone won't do it? I think right is good and left is bad. I'm not sure. But you know, you could do a play on dating apps on the phone. I think that would be good. Why is this purple hair dog sitting on top of this pile of cell phones? Emily, I would say that that's a little too, and this is, I'm glad you said it, because there's a kind of a line where if you go too far over the line, it doesn't invoke curiosity because it just doesn't make sense. So there's a line where, and again, the reason why we practice is to get good. So don't feel bad if I pull out one example and say that this is like over the line. Why is this purple haired dog sitting on top of this pile of cell phones? That my brain doesn't wrap around that. Do either of your brains wrap around it?
it's like two random things passing.
Yeah, it's just like too random. So now, could we do something with that? Probably. Could we do something with a pile of cell phones? Probably. But purple hair dog,
Did your dog eat your cell phone?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Ring, ring, who's there? Recycling drive mama, give me your phones. Guys, why would people recycle or donate a used cell phone?
Well, Crystal did a good one. Want to get rid of your ex-boyfriend's pictures?
See, that one works. Recycle your phone and get a new cell phone at the recycle event. Okay.
Yeah.
We don't want to recycle 2 times in there, so we need to brush up the copy slightly, but that's a great hook. Want to get rid of your ex-boyfriend's pictures? Recycle your cell phone and get one with room for you, that new hunk. Recycle your cell phone and get a new one with room for the hunk that's on his way. That's not good copy, but you guys get the idea.
Right.
Phone trash, swap it on Saturday. That's okay. Can you hear me now? We already used this Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Cell phone swap, $50 to first 10 attendees. Okay, this right here is great, Billy. We already used Can You Hear Me Now? But this here, anytime there's a quantity limit or a time limit to something, people are more likely to respond, right? So if you have to be one of the first 10 to get $50, you're going to cause a sense of urgency for people. Now, Kelly's on the right path here. Cell phones for soldiers. Have an old cell phone sitting in your junk drawer. Bring it this Saturday, and $25 will be donated to whatever, wounded warriors. That makes people do something, doesn't it? right? So will motivation. What would make you take that old cell phone out and go somewhere to do something? One, to get something like money, to get something like a new phone, right? I have an old phone sitting around and I'm going to get a deep discount on a new one if I donate my old one, right? Guess what? Guess what I did the other day? I went to go switch my cell phone because they were giving me a really good deal if I traded in my old one. Now their system went down and I didn't get it. I got to go this week. But it motivated me to take my old cell phone, which is fine. My phone is fine. But it motivated me to go get a different cell phone because the deal was good. Or charity, right? If I have a phone sitting around in the drawer, like I happen to have one upstairs. I have a Note 4. It's an older phone. It's sitting up there. I always kept it as a backup. But if I knew I could help someone with it and it was on my path, I would do it. I love
the thing that I noticed, that we had the donation concept that activated, and then also getting rid of the boyfriend concept that activated, and they were emotion centered.
Yeah.
So they triggered emotions.
And so you just used the right word, activated. Certain words and combinations of words activate someone and make them take an action, and other words don't. And that's what we're deciphering now. Go ahead, Juliana, were you going to say something?
I was going to say that the one about the cell phones for soldiers, that donation, that also appeals to people who are patriotic, or, you know, had fathers or relatives who fought in the military or did themselves.
Yep. So, and it could be, you know, Edgewood Elementary School, old, you know, use cell phone drive, drop by and drop off your old cell phone, and for every cell phone, you know, this many kids are helped, whatever the case may be. I'm not writing copy here. I'm just giving you guys concept, okay? So it's not always about cute usage of words, although sometimes it is. A lot of times it's about human drivers. What makes somebody want to do something? And again, we're staying away from the system campaigns right now because we get too caught up in them, or our MLMs or whatever else we're promoting. What I want you guys to do is learn the triggers, okay? Free buffet, we're gobbling up your old cell phones, bring them this weekend. So Chris, I like that concept. Like if you bring your cell phone, we have a free buffet. I would just embellish it a little bit. Like I'd say, you know, free steak barbecue. Donate your cell phone this Saturday from 2 to 5 p.m. Eastern at the Elks Club and enjoy a steak on us. So something like that, just to embellish that a little bit. But I like the idea of, you know, they're getting. What? What's funny?
Has your droid become a hemorrhoid? Get rid of it now.
Where's that? See, I'm having trouble scrolling.
Brian has.
Yeah, Brian's good. He's a copy dude. See, I find a couple of really good ones when we do these exercises. And tomorrow we're going to find the people who are graphically inclined. That's good. See how they jump out? So, let's see. Bruiser, you're barking up the right tree, but we need to change the words up. So I might say, tried to give your old cell phone to your millennial daughter and she looked at you like you were insane. Don't worry. We can use it, you know, something like that. So you can still go up the same path. Cell phone roundup to save the world. The world is a pretty vast thing. That, Dana, you're going down the right path, but you're kind of a little off because nobody's going to, if I say my cause is to save the world, I sound like I'm running for Miss Universe, you know, it's not specific. Now, if I said for every cell phone donated this Saturday, one animal will not be euthanized. Or for every cell phone donated this Saturday, a pair of glasses will be provided for a child in need, or whatever, something like that. Now it's specific. They can see it. If I just say save the world, they can't vision that in their head. I mean, what does that look like? We don't know because we don't know. Okay. I'm getting annoyed because my phone won't, my camera won't scroll. Not my camera, my computer. So I'm going to my thing. I'm sorry. I want to be able to show you guys these while we're talking, but my computer will let it go. Let's see. Mr. Telephone Man, there's something wrong with my cell. Get a new one so you won't get a click every time Sally swap me. Okay. Mr. Telephone Man. Isn't that a song? Mr. Telephone Man?
Yeah.
Yep. So there's something there. Yep. So recycle your old phone, get $50 off your new upgrade. So that's something that they want. I might even make it a little bit more like, got an old phone sitting in your junk drawer, bring it in and get $50 off your next, whatever. Make it, need some zing in your ring. That's cute. Bring your old cell phone to the cell phone swap this Wednesday and start fresh. That's good. Your kid crying to play with that cell phone, tell them let's recycle for a new bicycle. I was a try it, Ryman. Close. Okay, it won't let me scroll. Let me see what else. So are you guys, yeah, there you go. Draw full of cell phones, donate them to the homeless and needy. And I can't read the rest at the moment, Jamie, but that's definitely where we're going. Do you guys notice that some of them instantly trigger you? I know that, you guys started laughing because you couldn't help it. Because one ringy dingy, two ringy dingies, recycle your phone and upgrade today. Now that kind of tells us how old you are, Kim. Not everybody knows who one ringy dingy is, and Ruth Ann and all that stuff. But yes, let's see. New move over old mobile, new one on the block, recycle this weekend. As your joy become a hemorrhoid. But that's so funny, Brian, because that's the problem. My phone keeps locking up. And it's annoying me. So it has become a pain in my butt. And that's why I need a new one. And yes, I know Susan, I know in the UK we say mobile. Susan will never go to bed again. She stays up all night. So let's close this one out. But what I want you guys to do is tell me, are you seeing how some of them grab you? Are you seeing how some of them compel you? What we want to do is, especially when you have a day where maybe you're on Facebook restriction for a day, and that's a reality of life, it happens. But what you want to do is you want to continually get a notebook and write this stuff down. Write cool phrases, fun turn of phrase. You're going to start, I'm going to infect you now. You guys ready for me to infect you? Are you two ready for me to infect? I infected you two a long time ago.
Yeah.
Once I start teaching you this stuff, every song you hear from now on, you will hear it differently. Lyrics will jump out at you. Every poem you read, every piece you read, words will jump out at you. You need to get a notebook and you need to do it on your phone, whatever you guys want. You need to start keeping track of this stuff because you're going to hear it and see it different. And I promise you, I will turn all of you by the end of this course into decent copywriters, and a few of you, like Brian, I have a funny feeling Brian's going to turn into a master because he has a natural inclination towards it. And I don't know, Brian, if you do any of this yourself or you just have a knack with words and now we're going to groom you up. But all of you want to start paying attention to this stuff. What moves people? What causes them to click? What causes curiosity? And now we did a couple and we moved away. Now we're going to go through and we're going to go back to the system campaigns and we're going to really quick. I want all of you to take out a piece of paper or, if you like to type better, you can pull up a notepad or something like that. And we're going to run through campaigns. And now you're going to write a 1 or 2 line piece of copy. We're going to run through them right now. And you guys are going to just like let it roll off of you. So let's see what we can get at here. Let's go to the office. And again, for all of you that had a couple people express concern Guys, we're not going to be using this stuff much, much longer. Those of you that promote MLSP will use them forever. But I needed to teach you concepts with campaigns that were done for you, because I couldn't teach you what I've taught you so far, and people are having just daily breakthroughs. Zero level marketing alone is if you saw the video on it, is a major concept that will change your business forever if you adhere to it. So I needed to use tools that were done for you so that you could focus on the learning. Because tonight, if you had to create your own campaign and then write the copy, you'd get caught up. But because we already have campaigns to work with, it's very simple to write some copy for them. And pretty soon you're going to create your own campaigns and you'll have no problem with the words to promote them. So does that, I mean, you guys have been with me for a little while. Does that make sense at all?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, we're at a loss of words when we're doing our own stuff. When we have something to riff off of, right? To riff off of, I'm really good at, like, I shouldn't say I can't. I'm not really good at and don't enjoy building full funnels, etc. But if you give me anybody's funnel, I can tweak the words and the sequence to make it more profitable. I'm somebody that likes to work off of something that's there as opposed to creating stuff completely. Other people don't want to work from anybody else's stuff. They only want to work from their own stuff. And you may emerge into that person. But if you learn these skills now this way, you'll be prepared for every level of marketing forever. And learning to write a good hook is more valuable than anything. Because if I can write a good hook, I can promote anything. Did you guys see, I don't know if any of you guys noticed, I was promoting the graphics program that I use over the last couple of days. And I sent an email out to my list about it, and I made a little video, and I posted it in some groups. I've probably posted it a total of 20 times. And I have made a bunch of sales. And all I'm doing is just promoting something existing. I didn't make anything up. I just wrote a little snippet of copy and I made a little video. So you can go find anything you want to promote and sell. And or, you know, if your company has different events and different things, you got to get crafty on getting people to the event. Because if you sound like everybody else, how you gonna win? How you gonna win? So we're trying to help you find your voice right now. So let's just pick this campaign right here. I want you all to write a line or two for this campaign. Not a story, not a long piece, but I want you to write a line or two. And let's give it a whirl. Come back over to Facebook. Let's see what we get from you guys. Give it a second. Hello, Lionel. It was you I was looking for. Let's see what you guys come up with. I'm just waiting for stuff for the system campaign to come up. So it's this one on the ebooks. Where to go? Are you a bit stuck creating that ebook? Exactly. Free training shows you how. Okay. What I want to get you guys away from is away from trying too hard. Trying too hard and or convincing. Writing an ebook should be easy, not exasperating. My friend laughed at me when I told them I had written an ebook. Then they saw the results. I used this course to get it done. You can do. That's excellent, Bruce. Because everybody hates when somebody laughs at them or tells them what they can't do. So that right there is terrific. Help is here. Create your first ebook in minutes. They're waiting to hear what you have to say. Very good, Val. Looking for the right stuff? Oh, that was good, Tina. Check this free training to get that book out. Story to tell, ebook is your new voice. Leverage easily to become the hero by creating your first ebook like me. Marty, I think that needs a little work. Tighten that up a little bit. Becoming a published author is easier than you think. Yup. Ebooks made easy, click here. Linda, I want to kiss you, right? So simple. Who's going to respond, my two ladies that are here? If somebody wrote ebooks made easy, click here. Who is likely to respond to that?
Just about everybody.
No, I disagree.
Somebody
Well,
who doesn't
that
do
wants
the
to make
work.
an ebook.
You're both talking at once. Sorry.
Okay.
One of you go.
Somebody that's been struggling writing an ebook.
Exactly.
And,
Nancy.
yeah.
So that, you see how easy it is to get a targeted lead. Linda wrote ebooks made easy. Click here. That says it all in 3 words. Ebooks made easy. If somebody wanted to write an ebook and they saw that, wouldn't they click?
Yeah.
You have to have this long thing because it's just saying ebooks made easy. Click here. Okay. LeBron, do you guys understand that? Sometimes saying less is better because the exact person that she's going to get is a person who wants to write an ebook. That's the exact person. So there's no big story here. LeBron became an instant NBA star. You can be an instant ebook star. Bruiser, I agree, but I don't love it just because I don't see the two of them, how they connect. How they connect. Because we're going from NBA to ebook. So I'm not necessarily vibing, but I like the idea of what you're thinking about. I can write and so can you. Learn to write your own ebook. Okay. Respect my authority, become an authority in writing an ebook. I think that's funny because people say, I don't know if that's how you would spell authority, but I can see that. What leads? Learn the best way by creating an ebook easily, step by step. I like Susan's easy ebook creation. Get your, and I might have a second line that says, get your ebook out today. Click here. Very easy. Bless you. Writing a book can seem a bit daunting. Full lesson, simple steps, click to watch. Very good. Yes, even you can easily write an ebook. Be an instant expert. Very good, Wise. You need to fill me in on your name. Because I see you, don't I see you sometimes, is Mita your last name? Is Mita your first name? Because I see it written different ways. So I want to get to know you. Always wanted to create an ebook. Fear no more. It's easier than you think. I waited for years in fear and then this happened. Deborah, I think that one's trying slightly too hard. It's not bad. I think it's just slightly too hard. We're moving into that little convincing space. Ready to create your first ebook, but not sure where to. By the way, congratulations to all of you for participating and doing this. And being like cool with just popping it out and seeing what you can learn as opposed to thinking I can't write. And there's probably some of you guys that haven't tried. The only way we learn is doing. So for those of you, if I'm saying to you why I wouldn't go that way, it's not a criticism. It's congratulations. It's just going, hey, this is what I would do, or this is where I would go. Ready to create your first ebook, but not sure where to start. That was me, but I found the way that makes it easy to create a professional product that has helped me get over 11 leads per day. Again, it's fine, Lisa, but I still think it's like trying a little bit much. Guys, the whole thing about attraction, and if you think about the most attractive marketers, they're never trying too hard because they know that they have something. So when we start to explain a little bit too much, it's almost telling people we're not sure of ourselves or what we're offering. Even though I'm brand new, I was able to get instant authority in minutes after downloading this free PDF. Okay. I like Kathy's no tech skills needed, easy ebook creation. That's so simple. It's so simple, right? But it's straightforward. Is it Grey Poupon? No, ebook made easy. Okay. Get those thoughts out of your head and into an ebook. I like that. One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish, write an ebook easily. Marty, I love one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish. And if you could come up with a way to rhyme ebook or something so that you could make the whole thing like a Dr. Seuss rhyme, I would go with it. Because I love one fish, two fish. It's one of my favorite books. And anytime you can do something like that, take something and turn it into Dr. Seuss sounding stuff or anything, you can have a lot of fun. Easy peasy ebook tutorial to get published today. Great. I followed this training and made my first sale. You can learn to become an instant authority as well. Easy breezy ebook creation. Click here and consider it done. Good. Simple ebook creation, free PDF instructions. Click here. So easy to write and easy to write. An ebook. I think there's extra words in there, but I like even a caveman can do it. That's because that is a commercial in our consciousness. So I like that. If your kids can write an ebook, so can you. You don't need to be an author to create an ebook. Click here and see how you can do it. Yep. What? Me, right? Yes, you. Watch this free video and you will be surprised. Step by step, get your story out there. Cool. Anyone can be a published author these days. Click here to write your own ebook. I never thought I can create an ebook. First timer became like an expert through this tutorial video. Struggling with that blank sheet of paper to write an ebook. Notice that I'm reading through all these and they're all fine. They're all fine. There's absolutely nothing wrong with all of this stuff. But some of them will jump out at us. I used to be terrible at writing until I took this free training. Try it. I think there's something missing on the end of there, but okay. Easy peasy ebooks. Cheat on your cell phone, write an ebook. Okay. Easy as ABC, create your first ebook. You know what I would do, Todd, with that? I would say, don't tell my cell phone I'm cheating on it. I actually sat down at my computer and wrote an ebook. I did it like that, you know, because that's what you do. Don't tell my wife, you know. My first ebook may not be a New York Times bestseller, but I started generating leads almost effortlessly before I couldn't buy a lead to save my life. Okay, Tim, I like the first line a lot. Okay, and I started generating leads, but when we get into the effortlessly, that becomes kind of like convincing or a sales word. And I'm not saying we should never use sales words, but here's what you guys are doing here. As an attraction marketer, we want to become a safe person, a person that everybody will come to. We want people to call us. We want people to message us. We want people to ask us their questions. We want people reaching out to us. So the safer we keep them feeling, the more likely they are to click, call, enroll themselves, etc. Okay? So that's why I'm not saying we should never use sales words. In fact, one of the reasons why I love MLSP is because a lot of their copy is more sales oriented. But I don't want to be, because I want to be the person that people come to. Do you guys, I know you guys understand that because you see me doing it. I want to be the person in the middle. I want to be the person sandwiched between the prospect and the sales piece. This book, this page right here, this says leverage your ebook to get 11 leads a day, easily create your ebook image, find unlimited topics. This says all the stuff. So all your job is in your copy, your only job is to get them to click so that they see this. Our job is not to reiterate it. Originally, yes, we were doing that. We were only copying and pasting to learn the motions. But now we're getting more sophisticated. Our job is to get them to click, to like us if we're using more us stuff, which we will be. So if we're a factor, we want them comfortable with us, but we may or may not be a factor in it. And it's to get them to click. Once click, we have promotional copy in place, which is why you don't want to do promotional copy because it's too much, right? If you do a lot of promotional copy and then you send people the promotional copy, that's like a double whammy. Lady?
So is it safe to say then you're really wanting to issue an invitation, but a compelling invitation?
You're inviting and or pointing.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, it can be an invitation, or it can be a look over there, pointing.
Right.
So that's the kind of vibe. I graduated from Hooked on Phonics. Okay. I'm just looking through the rest of these, and then we're going to have some discussion. because we're coming up, we're at the top of the hour. I'm going to go a few more minutes. I hope you guys won't kill me. If a stay-at-home mom with 4 kids can write her own ebook while doing laundry and chasing kids, you can too. I like that one, Allison. I'm a published author. Woohoo. Where's the ebook? Like, where's the beef? Yeah. Write an ebook? Me? You have to be kidding. Write your first ebook while sipping on your morning coffee. Click here to find out how. Great. So let's recap. Let me come on camera over here and let's recap. I would have loved to go through, if I were you guys this week, I'm not, but if I were you guys, not you two, but them, how did you get big? You're big. We know how that happened?
I don't know. Nope.
You're big.
Okay.
If I were a student in this class, I would take as many campaigns as I could, take 2 or 3 a day, and I would write something for each one. I would practice, okay? And in fact, I would have multiple lines for each campaign so that I could swap them out as I'm still utilizing them, okay? When you guys start creating your own campaigns, which will be soon, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to have multiple lines and ways to promote, okay? The reason why we're going to write so many, like I would probably do 3 for every campaign we have, which would put me at over 100 headlines that I've written. The reason why I would do that is to get good. The only way you get good, I was asked today by somebody, how did you learn to be such a good copywriter? And I said, I spent 6 years with a good copywriter. And I wrote every day. Now, guys, you don't have to be writing books, but learning how to write a promotional headline is probably one of the most important skills you will ever acquire. And I can write a promotional headline for anything, anytime, anywhere, no matter what it is, including alligator wrestling. So this skill, I definitely rank it top 10, maybe top 5. Yeah, one of these days I'm going to make a list of all the skills I think are critical and then put them in order. But this would be a skill that I would put some time into. But again, it's not something you sit down and do for 2 hours. It's something that you have fun with and write a couple each day. When you take what we did tonight and some of the ideas we learned tonight, and you combine it with some of the ideas tomorrow during the graphics party, because tomorrow it's the same thing. Here's a topic, go make a graphic. And we're going to pop off graphics. And we're going to learn how they should lay out and how the challenges that we're having with graphics right now is a lot of them are just not legible. They're not, when something's moving on the internet, we have to catch the eye. And we can catch the eye either with our words or we can catch the eye with our image or both. So if we have a full sentence of copy on an image, we can't possibly catch the eye because nobody can read it fast. It's too much. It's like the credits on a movie. They're not meant to be read, right? If you watched a movie on TV and the credits are scrolling, they don't intend for you to read them. If they did, they would make them big. They would make them so that you could see them, right? The only way you can really see them is if you pause the TV because you can't read them. When we make a graphic, we want that graphic to speak to the person. I saw a couple cute ones. I think it was Maurice was doing one with his dog. Adorable. There were a lot of different ones. And then there were a lot of ones that were illegible. And then a lot of ones that are still trying to convince. We want to move out of convincing. I will keep beating it out of all of you. We still have a lot of time to go. Move out of convincing. okay, and get into pointing. My mentor always used to say, point, don't pander, point, don't pander. Pandering is that convincing, trying to get you, trying to, tell you how great it is. When you know that you have something great, you've got the cookie, you don't have to convince anyone. I have no inclination to convince anyone of anything. Being needy and trying to convince is one of the most repelling characteristics in a marketer. Being sure and attracting is one of the most attractive things in a marketer. And that's what we're after here. Let me see if anybody asked a question. I'll go back over here and see if this will scroll. I don't know that it will. It doesn't want to scroll. I'm going to go back over here. Sorry, gang. I don't know why it does that, but it just does.
Here's a question somebody asked. If you want, I can read it.
Yeah, please.
Val asked, Diane, can you share what you mentioned a few lessons back about how to organize how we post into several groups? Was it done by someone named Dan?
There's a video in Units by guest trainer Marty Danzer that you guys can refer to, and he shows you how he organizes his posting in groups on mobile. Now, I'm going to be truthful, and I've mentioned it before. I don't put a ton of thought into this. Okay. You guys see me all the time. I'm like, don't think about this. Don't think about it. All I do is when I have a few minutes to post, I come in, I pull down my notifications. I look for the last 5 groups. Like right now, Kara just posted in MLM. Okay. And then and Allison posted in network marketing, and so on. Some of you guys are in class and also double dipping here, which I suppose it's okay. But all I would do is just go to the most recent groups and post my stuff. I don't try to keep track of all the groups. I don't try to keep track on what groups I posted in today. I don't care. And that's the truth. I just want to get into people's notifications. So if I have 5 minutes and I can post 5 times, I just look for the 5 groups that somebody just posted in recently. Tells me they're hopping. So I don't know if that makes sense. I suppose that people could, if you guys want to have some big schedule or something, but that's not my thought process at all. My thought process is to how to get in front of people. That's all I'm ever worried about, is how can I be visibly in front of people on a regular basis. Tracy asks, in summary, would you say the things that make people click are creating pictures in the mind, creating a question or an open loop, and a time limit? Pop culture, things that amuse us. Yep. That's why it's always easier to promote a webinar than a static campaign. You'll get more results because the webinar is happening at a specific time. So that's fear of loss going on in there. Kathy, Copywriting Mastery is an incredible course. I recommend you do it after you get some leads and sales going, because you can learn this basic fundamental stuff. And it's also designed for somebody who wants to get into copywriting. Twist Your List also is about email copy. We're going to cover to some extent here, but that's a full course on it. So Copywriting Mastery it's everything. It's soup to nuts. Brian's given you everything he knows about copywriting. But I think that it's a great idea to get some action and then sit down and take that. I also think you guys decide on what you want to, as you start to figure out your talents, some of the guys tonight, they clearly have a talent for copy. That's somebody who I highly recommend studying copy. Somebody else figures out that that's not their game. Great. Don't worry about it. Guys, focus on what you're really good at as opposed to trying to pick up and improve what you're not so good at. That's an old thing I learned a long time ago. I'll do a Facebook Live about some lessons about that. Don't focus on your weaknesses. Focus on your strengths. Nobody ever pays you to be, because if you focus on your weakness, you might be able to get yourself up to being average. You don't get paid for being average. But if you focus on your strength, you can get up to being excellent. The marketplace pays for excellence. Allison says, I'm more of a person that naturally pulls at heartstrings versus being funny or creative. I love that. No, don't, first of all, don't try to be anything. What you want to do is become more of you. So if you're somebody who talks more from the heart, maybe about the kids or about your dreams or something like that, that's awesome. Some of you guys just have a natural sense of humor or a natural sense of wit. Use it. This is a discovery process of you figuring out who you are, what your strengths are, and what you want to focus on doing after you get the basics down. Once you know how to generate 10 leads a day, once you know how to make a sale, then you go gung-ho and you pick your field of specialty. And, maybe it's video, maybe it's ManyChat, maybe it's whatever you might. Mine is email. Guys, I'm an email master. And I'm not afraid to say I'm an email master. That's what I'm really, really, really good at. So I don't do some of the other things because that's my bread and butter. Mark is a video master. Todd and Lee have found a way to use Twitter to capitalize. So we have training on everything and then advanced training on lots of things. So you guys just have to figure out what your thing is. And be yourselves. That's what Brian says, and I like it. Let me see if there's anything else. Kathy put a cookie. I love it. Jackie wants me to publish my own ebook. All the skills in order of importance. Maybe I will do that, Jackie. And then it's subjective too, because to me, one skill seems more important to me and another skill is more important to someone else. So all I know is I'm all about money. That sounded bad. Somebody's going to snip that, girls. I'm all about, did you make any revenue this week? Everything else is gravy. Did you make any revenue this week? I can't get this thing to work. Is there revenue going down? If there's no revenue going down, nothing else matters. And you can't fake that. So revenue is everything. And that's all I'm ever looking at. I don't care how you get there. What I care about, there's only 4 things we do. We collect eyeballs. We capture them. We get their permission to talk to them, right? We communicate with them and then we close them. How you want to do those 4 things is up to you. You can make it as complicated or as simple as you want. I'm all about the simple, right? But if at the end of the day, there's no sales, in the beginning, we start with needing to get leads. Once we know how to get some leads going, then we move into learning how to communicate. And once we learn how to communicate, we have to learn how to close them, whether we do it personally or whether it's done in a letter, whether it's done in a sales video, or whether we're pointing at somebody else's sales process. Those things have to happen. And until those things happen in the most basic way, guys, you cannot automate what you don't know how to do manually. I say it over and over and over. You cannot automate what you don't know how to do manually. So if you don't know how to write a headline, you're not going to do well in blogging. Why? Because it involves headlines. If you don't know how to write a little snippet or an ad, you're not going to do well in paid advertising because it involves writing. If you don't know how to speak, you're not going to do well in video. You're not going to do well on webinars. And the only way you're going to get good is to do these exercises that I'm giving you. So I'm setting you up for your whole future. It's cool. And I know it's tedious and it's chop wood, carry water, and it's everything I said during the sales process of this course. I told you, you're going to think I'm crazy. You're going to be like, are we still doing this? You're going to be like, oh my God, again. But look at the results that people are getting in the group. Do you see what's going on? The people that are following through, we have people now that are getting consistent leads every day. No, they don't have 100 leads every day. We're 15 days in and we have people that are getting leads every single day that have never generated leads before. We have people that are getting sales from complete and total strangers, signups in their MLMs from complete and total strangers. And we're only 15 days in and we haven't even touched the more advanced stuff. Pretty cool. Have you guys figured out yet that the secret is consistency? Have you guys figured that out? That's it.
Yes.
That's all it is. It's consistency and layering another skill on top of what you already know. I'm going to keep doing what I already know how to do, and I'm going to add another little layer on top and another little layer on top. So today we practiced writing these little snippets, right? It's not really a headline. It's a, whatever you want to call it. It's a snippet. and we practiced writing it. Now, some of you are going to decide, I'm going to keep writing these things and get good. And the rest of you will go, that was a cool class. Who do you think is going to make the money? The one who decide, let me write a couple of these every day. Let me have a whole bunch handy and ready to go so I can promote with them. Let me practice. Let me write 100 of them and throw them in the group and see which ones people like. Did you notice that there were certain ones we all liked? If we were doing this on a phone line, we used to do this on the phone in the past. I could hear everybody, and you'd hear everybody would respond. And everybody you'd see, there'd always be a consensus about which ones were good. And it was just, it's human. It's humanity. It's humanity. What's the common human experience? What can we connect upon? What causes us to smile? What causes us to remember something? Yep, the consistent writers and talkers will make the big bucks. Al said writers, but writers and talkers. And you're going to find that you lean one way or the other. I'm one of those weirdos. I'm a really good writer of email. I'm a terrible writer of like ebooks and stuff. Can I do it? Yes, I can do any of it. But if you said you got to do this, this, and this, I'm always going to gravitate towards email because it's short, it's sweet, and it gets me a result. Right? It's short, it's sweet, it has a call to action. And I'm always gonna like doing a class or some type of teaching environment that leads to selling something because I enjoy teaching. Okay. Rob got a lead today. Woo! Michelle says she's you know what, Michelle? She says she's a musician and sure wishes that skill was needed here. Hey, what do you play? Because you should be doing it on video all day long. Jen Johnson, protege of mine, she sings, and I used to bug her. I'm like, why are you not using that in your videos? Why are you not putting up clips of you singing? Why are you not doing that? And she does all the time. People go nuts for it. So whatever it is you play, you should be playing. You could be like playing for a minute and then stop and talk or whatever. But you should be playing for sure. It'll make you money and it'll attract an audience for you. All right, beautiful people. It's 1:15. I think we're going to wrap it up. We had a great pop-up call this afternoon. We had a great clinic tonight. Tomorrow afternoon, 1 p.m. Eastern. Brian put the link for those of you that are available then. We're going to make some graphics. You beautiful girls, I appreciate you.
Thank you, Diane.
I know I rambled more. I didn't utilize you guys as much as I probably should have. I apologize.
It was perfect.
You're awesome. You know what it was? Usually I need someone, I'm on the screen and I need someone to read the things for me, but tonight I had to read them. So I'm sorry my computer was locking up. It's a mystery. It does it one day. It doesn't do it another day. I've been through 3 computers. They all do this. I don't know. I've just given up. I'm stopped worried about it. So everybody write some headlines. Feel free to write more in the group, put them in. And remember, guys, I'm not going to comment on every single thing that someone hands in or writes because I can't. There's too much. But what I am doing is trying to, if you see a like or whatever, or if there's a problem, I'll say something. Or if it's off the hook awesome, I'll say something. But everything else, it's generally, it's perfectly fine. I'm scanning as much as I can. I know people started putting their first letter in today, and I haven't had a chance to look at a lot of those. We are going to do a full set of copywriting clinics for emails. So not just the first letters, but other letters. So there's going to be a lot of writing as we go. So don't worry, guys, just get something in place for your first letter and we will improve upon it as we go. But I didn't see anything earth-shatteringly, bad or anything like that. If I see something dangerous to you, I will grab you by the collar and go, come here, come back. But you guys are doing great and you should keep going and don't hesitate to post or try or anything. That's how you learn. I think we're learning a lot about people. We're learning a lot about who's wandering around on the internet. We're learning about who's a good friend request, who isn't. We're learning about negative people and how to hit the block button, which is good. So, all right. I'm going to call it a night. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Thanks for Susan and the rest of the crazy crew over in Europe that decides to stay up anyway. Thanks for Australia. I think some of you guys got up early to see this. So love you guys, and we will see you tomorrow, day number 16, right? We're in 16? 16.
We require math.
Yeah, it's all a blur, right? So we will see you tomorrow. Take care, everyone.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Close this down.